Yeah, I know. I know y'all heard certain the slogan, metaphors. We definitely all believe the old of old when it comes to all shall explain itself in due time. There will be a time and a place, and there will shall be. But I feel like the perfect time it should be in this sort of situation when it comes to because of course because I really want to get into it, I really do. And I mean, yeah, even though I want to say that it's kind of overshadowed, but in all actuality, yeah, it's actually related to the R-Truth situation, and I very much like that. So, but I just like for us the way to really also really be back with each other, well, the small people that have been here, but that the true OGs, whether old or new, of course the new viewers too, but like I say, because they're still, I'm still new out on these streets, but yeah, let's automatically, because I want to let's automatically dive into this. All right, so former WWE Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer, I guess that's his real name, on the recent departures, including R-Truth. Say what you want about Vince. Vince cared about his talent, and he cared about the fans. Everything else in his life is his business and whatever he's dealing with. Guys like Taker, someone who's been loyal, when you watch Vince talk about Taker, he starts crying because he loves him and his loyalty. R-Truth has been nothing but loyal. He's done everything that's ever been asked. He's gotten everything to work, even some shit that's really questionable over the years. He's made very entertaining. I think if you're sitting in that locker room, you have to realize, oh shit, if I'm not on TV for a month, it could be me next. I think for the locker room, they're going to come to a harsh realization that loyalty no longer matters. I think that it has become what the NFL a little bit is, a paper league, in my opinion, where it's no longer about the person, it's about what's on paper. And here's Dave Meltzer responding to that, because this was Baron Corbin on, I guess, Busted Open, and this was Dave Meltzer. Somebody should count up how many cuts were made in the years prior to TKO ownership in the years after. The imaginary family that cut people left and right during the pandemic when there were no indies or other places to work, and when the profit margin was actually higher than pre-pandemic. And this is where Baron Corbin comes into play. Where when he said, when he actually replies back to what Dave had said. Someone should count the amount of toxic fans you have created, which are nonsense. You are responsible for the division between fans, ruined storylines, false reports, tribalism, negativity surrounding wrestling. You are a black cloud over all wrestling. And there we go right there. And what a way to, get into. But so I feel like, and this could be a more perfect way to really dissect into more. Also, me more so, because of course I have a new channel. Also, if you want to go, just call it Andrade Lucha on YouTube. Like I said, I know it's a long story. That we reached 10K over on that. So if you want to go and sub up there, that's where I'm newly at. Is in regards to the OGs too. I know, yeah, if you're that's really listening, especially R. Angelo. No, I know it's not your real name, but like I said, so real OGs, that be some really cool people that's on the internet, YouTube streets around here. That's where I'm at nowadays. But yeah, to get more in these situations, but to say it simply, we'll see how. Well, hold on, but yeah, all right. So Baron Corbin and Dave Meltzer on this R-Truth shit. So, and this is because people might really sit here and try. Oh well, what are you talking about? Yeah, Vince was. What are you talking about? Baron Corbin was right. Vince was. He was truly. He cared about the fans. He cared about the talent. Come on. I mean, you have, especially if you're really old. You have to, because I had one of my favorite shows too. It was like this meta commentary back in the 2000s, pretty much on politics, pretty much, and just pop culture at the time. well, really, it was past the time because you like it's timeless. It can be applied. It could like even today's time, it can be applied to when it was like I'm talking about the Boondock Saints, and even when it was talking about being, I don't think it would have fared well, especially too. I don't just have sentiment because of course, with the whole, of course, how crazy just politically correct everything is today, especially when entertainment. But just saying that, but I just feel like cool, like I have to know what Boondock Saints is. I just want to say like. Of course, the character, a pimp named Slick Black, and it's like, that's who Vince reminded me of, I guess, as far as, like, when, especially in relates to his, like, real-life counterpart, how he actually is in real life, especially behind the scenes. Because what the fuck are you talking about, Baron Corbin? I mean, like, he was one, like, before, like, as they were getting to be bought up by TKO, I mean, he was a part of those cuts that happened to be had like near the end of 2024. This was in November of 2024 when he had got cut. And this is where people probably, like, I say even more so, like, because this is the problem. This is like one of the primary issues why I have with Vince and about the whole fucking thing about Vince. He was this lovable bear, and like how, because people really do, and Vince is really right when he says you really don't have a clue. It just gives it to more mystique that you really don't have a clue when it comes to, like, to knowing him in actuality, to people who actually know how he is. Like why I compared Vince with such a pimp, like such a satirical character like a pimp named Slickback, because that's what he was essentially. Like, Vince was a fucking pimp, and if you didn't make him no money, it was out the fucking door. And of course, this is like I said, being at all actuality is a business, and he still had that to occur. Like, like loyalty. I guess when it comes when it comes to if you're a fucking Hogan, an Austin Rock, a Cena, and even a Roman Reigns, in all, like, when guys like Taker that had plenty of times that could have jumped shipped, that could have went to WCW, but ended up staying down. There's could have been plenty of times where when shit was down, but they stayed all after. And I was more so because, like I said, because guys like Taker, because they made Vince a shit ton of money. like I'm pretty sure. So it's like that's like prior to some sort of even to some circumstance when it comes to R-Truth, when it even comes to guys like R-Truth, purely that they had pretty sure, like, when you got to a point, like, I said, even when you see pictures when you only see pictures with Vince being pictured with the top guys, like a Taker or a Truth, and, like, this is just, like, circumstances to it, like, when you got to that point where, okay, you made him, like, of course, you were a proven commodity. And even to, like, okay, like, he makes me money, like that. This is a good boy right here. Like, okay, this is good. This is a good piece of snatch. That's a good help. Like, it came down to that and only that. Like, and like this whole. I don't know whether Baron Corbin knows Vince McMahon in real life. Whether, I'm pretty sure they probably had talks, but. Like I said, I don't know. Like, when it comes to whether he does not know Vince in actual reality in real life, but beyond this shit. But, like, please, like, let's say, like, Vince, like, his whole let's stop with that whole fakery fuck shit, okay? Like we can even go to the pre-pandemic, like when he come on now, please, like when they were letting, like, I mean, this is beyond before it's over exaggerated, like with TKO and being Netflix, and at this point, even before then, I mean, like, people were being let go when, like, WWE was like they always say, they were breaking records constantly, and that they've been making the most money that they have. They were they were fucking letting people go, like how people got let go now, just got let go now, like a Dakota Kai or also a Karrion Kross and like a Braun Strowman. Like, are we really gonna do this? Like come on now. I said there's plenty of fucking like multiple like in history where you can obviously like be fucking for real, like clearly tell that and see that Vince is beyond, like, when it comes to loyalty, like yeah, like when you're like, of course, I mean, loyalty, Vince having caring about the talent and having, when it comes to all to that, as much, like I said, as much as a pimp cares about their fucking prostitute, okay? So I'm not like, we're not trying to hear, like, not trying to hear this nonsense. I said, even when it comes to like guys like that, even had issues, when he even had issues with guys like a Bret Hart. And there's always that stories about him having issues with guys that apparently they had all the loyalty in the world, but when shit actually came down to it, all that shit went out the window. So please, yeah, miss me with that. Like this is a bunch of horse shit. Like, all right, yeah. Let's say, I don't know what dick Baron Corbin had to suck or whatever. Let's say, regardless if you're not, he actually knows Vince McMahon. One of the very few people who actually, yeah, let's say, probably had talks, but one of the very few people that actually, is in real life on a normal basis, is actually in contact with Vince. He perhaps has his phone number, but like, yeah, like you were also one of those cuts, and about the notion about how this revisionist, even revisionist history when it comes to that. Let's not be serious. Even with the top, yeah, Vince had loyalty with you if you were if you were making him the top dollar. Let's be real here. Let's say, even when shit really came down to it, all that fuck shit went out the window when even with a Hogan, probably, let's say, to some degrees when it comes to an Austin or a Rock, even a Shawn and a Taker. So please, yeah, and like that's why it's just like, where even looking at this situation, it's pretty fucking hilarious. And I'm glad people know, like, some people, when it comes to, at least also people, like, not people that also conversate in these the internet, these YouTube, these internet streets, but yeah, like, they like OGs that really know, like, come on, like, yeah, Vince was anything but fucking loyalty, okay? And a company that's, yeah, I mean, we're talking about how, and with WWE, how try to claim that how much so this is a work. We're talking about we're just now, they also in a situation that relates to, they just fucking let go one of the most over guys, and a guy that has been through and through with WWE, that has been there for them in R-Truth, such as a guy that's as prestigious, has been historic, and as old as him, especially not only with professional wrestling but the company itself, and they let him go. Please, I can't believe, I can't believe I'm actually, getting behind, because I don't like Dave Meltzer, but damn, what a way to really make her fuck yourself look fucking completely dick retardedness with Baron Corbin, because, oh man, he really has no fucking clue, doesn't he? But yeah, I mean, it is great. I will say that it is great to be back. I guess the channel, but we'll see how this does. I mean, I still get views on this channel. I actually was kind of surprised. The recent short with Mariah May coming back to NXT that I just did, it actually did pretty. It's at pretty much did, clearly 10K. It did pretty much 10K. So and I'm actually kind of shocked at that. Wow, but yeah. And also with the Jacob Fatu, it's almost like, I did a short on Tony, like AEW too, with segment Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné, with the whole fucking steak bit. But yeah, I also did 2K over 2K, and also like I said with Jacob Fatu turning on solo. Money in the Bank also did 2K, a short that I just did. So yeah, I'm actually kind of like, yeah, we'll probably see what the deal is going over here, because I did like, yeah, but yeah, like I said, if you didn't already know already, I'm over on Andrade Lucha now, so you're gonna go over there, especially with the OGs, because that's where I'm at now, especially because to keep it I know I already do, but yeah, to keep it but yeah, definitely we'll see how it goes with here, because I definitely want to start with this being the first video to being back and yeah, just starting to really get back, and like I said, it's a long story. It's a long story.